Peace. This is Bastard Brown. Milk in the mind. Look at the bad. Speak in the red. Let's build the
Peace. Once again, this is your host, Master Brown Seed. You are now entering Build the Cipher. We're on episode 15. Rich slave makers, bloodsuckers of the poor. Right? That's what we're going to be building with today on this episode. Rich slave makers, bloodsuckers of the poor. Who is the 10%? Right? The 10% is the rich slave makers of the poor who teach the poor lies to believe that the almighty true and living God is a spook. It cannot be seen with the physical eye, otherwise known as bloodsuckers of the poor, right? So, this core message we're dealing with the theme is exposing the 10%, those who drain the people mentally, emotionally, and economically, right? The 10% ain't just behind pulpits. A bloodsucker is anyone feeding off your peace, off your joy, off your labor, and your ignorance. Once you recognize them, you can reclaim your power, right? So who is this 10%? The 10% are bloodsuckers, right, of the poor. They know the truth, yet they hide it. They know your power, yet they suppress it. It ain't just preachers in the pulpit. It's your boss, your landlord, the friend who drains you of your energy. Even social media algorithms that exploit your attention. All of this is wrapped up in the 10%, right? So what does a bloodsucker look like, right? What does a bloodsucker look like? That family member that always calls when they want something from you, right? That organization preaching hope, demanding tithes from the hungry. That lover who breaks you down to build themselves up. That employer who profits off your exhaustion but underpays you. Bloodsuckers don't always wear suits, right? Bloodsuckers don't always wear suits. Sometimes they wear smiles. Think about that. They don't always be in suits. They ain't always in the courts. They're not always behind a desk in a suit. They're the ones who sometimes just wear a smile on their face to come to bloodsuck you, right? Their mission is to keep you asleep, weak, and dependent, right? Well, how do they operate? They teach you a mystery God is so that you don't search for God within yourself. They drain your power by keeping you locked in shame, fear, and hustle. They sell you survival while they live in luxury. The 10% build empires off the confusion of the 85%. And they fear the rise of the 5%. Because once you know yourself, you are immune, right? I know about that. I had a lot of friends who used to come around me and bloodsuck me because they always wanted something. It wasn't truly a friend because if you look at the word friend and you break it down, friend only means to fry you in the end. See, F-R-I-N. That's all they're here to do is fry you in the end. You know, they say people come into your life for a reason and a season, and then they're gone. Some people just come to use you and abuse you. And then they leave because now you have nothing more to offer them, right? You got to watch the people that you call your friends because sometimes they're not that. They're the snake of that grafted type that comes to sting and bite you. You got to be aware of these people that you're surrounding yourself to be because if you look at the 10% and you take off that percentage sign, you just have 10. And we know in our lessons say, who is that mystery God? There is no mystery God. So that's what these 10% try to do, try to keep you worshiping something you know not of. Keep you by making themselves rich from your labor. They like to take instead of give. And that's what this 10% is all about, taking and not giving. You know? Even family members. You got money, all they want to do is call you. They never call to see how you are mentally. They never call to see how you are physically. They never call to see how you are emotionally. Not know what you're going through. They just call you and say, hey, I need $20. Hey, you got $50? Yeah, my lights is off. Can you help pay my bill? And sometimes you might not have it, but you give anyway because that's the type of person that you are. But meanwhile, these people are just blood-sucking you dry of your peace, of your happiness, and the love that they know that you have for yourself and others. So you have to be aware of these 10%, these bloodsuckers, man, and how they operate. If you don't, you'll find yourself in a world of depression. You're being upset by being used by these people. And we all know that ain't no good. So I want you to awaken your senses. Open up your mind to the truth. So you don't get caught up in this 10% bloodsuckers of who they are. And you can recognize these people when they come around you, right? How to cut the cord. You got people in your cipher draining your peace, your money, your mental space, right? You have to learn to set boundaries. Unfollow manipulation. Question every tradition that makes you feel small. The 10% thrive in silence and compliance. Okay? So speak, move, and reclaim your power. Because the power is yours. You have to reclaim it back. That's how we said, why did we take Jerusalem from the devil? You have to reclaim your peace, which is founded in you, God. It was first built by you, your peace. So you got to continue to build that foundation of peace and let nobody take it from you. And if they are around you, you have to know how to put that devil, the people who are blood-sucking you, on the poor part and keep the best part preserved for yourself. Because the best part is sometimes all we got. And that's our peace. That's our harmony. That's our mental space of where we stand at in our square where everything is peaceful. And people like to come and destroy your peace. Because misery loves company, brother. Remember that. Misery loves company. And I ain't trying to be misery's company. My life is peace. I'm not going through hell. I'm going through heaven, and that's a mind state. Heaven and hell is not a place that you arrive at. It's a place that's in your mind. It's not no heaven in the sky, and there's no hell beneath your feet. It's a mind state that we create in our world. So never let nobody take that from you. Reclaim it. It belongs to you. Rejoice in your own peace. You know what I mean? Because that's all we got sometimes. As I continue on, I want to give y'all today's affirmations before I go on to anything else. The affirmations, I want y'all to affirm this. No one can live off of my light, right? No one can live off of my light. I am not the source for the undeserving. I am not a source for the undeserving, right? I help my people, not my oppressors. I help my people and not my oppressors. I build, I don't bleed, right? Remember that. I build and I don't bleed. As we close the cipher, I would like to say to y'all this. You are not a battery for anyone else's power. You are the builder, the truth seeker, the light. So identify the bloodsuckers and cut them off at the source. All right? Remember that. Identify the bloodsuckers and cut them off at the source. This is Master Browsy. I would like you to press the like button, subscribe, share, and don't let anybody live richer off of your pain. Peace. And let's continue to build the cipher. Peace.